Hi everyone, it's Tiana. I'm just gonna let this run for a little bit. Ooh, that looks so pretty. On camera, that is. Got so many things to set up today. Gonna be doing some nail art, which of course is why you guys are here, right? Oh, hello. Hope you guys are having a nice day. Okay, do I have everything? I believe I do. Alrighty. Hi everyone, it's Tiana from the Maniology team with our weekly live every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time. You can find us here on another nail stamping journey. So whether it's a tutorial, technique, or hack, we're here to discuss the details, and I'm so happy that you could join us. I see you guys are still dialing in where you guys are from. Super excited. And just the top of this video, I'm so sorry about my voice if it sounds a little wonky. I've been dealing with this gnarly cough that just will not go away. So if I'm sounding a little different, a little sultry, a little sexy, I can deal with that. But I'm hoping I don't hack on this live with you guys today. So please excuse that. But yeah, so as you guys can see, I created this Versace-inspired nail art. We came out with this plate, the high fashion plate, and I'll show it to you in just a moment. And everyone say hi to Dev. Dev is joining me virtually today. But getting back to what I was saying, so this is the high fashion plate. And instantly when I looked at this, I was just like, oh my gosh, this looks so like Versace. And I know I've said it in recent times since this plate has been released, and I'm so sorry if I didn't mention, but this is M292. Zoom in. Somebody's saying zoom in. Zoom. So this plate just really, I just looked at it and I was like, oh, this is like Versace. And I'm probably going to talk a little bit more about my history, not necessarily with Versace, but throughout the video. So I'll just wait until I'm in the nail art to kind of talk a little bit about that. But you get like these really, I want like Baroque and Italian inspired art pieces in this plate that are just so iconic Versace, like the chains. And just how ornate all of these designs are. So in this nail art, you know, I'm taking elements from, like I'm using the lion here. I'm also going to be using this piece. And let me tell you, and I'm going to also be using these chains, but can I just show you, let me just move this on the side, how the creative process is so different. I'm a visual person, okay? I have to do things, see things for myself before I can kind of like map it out in my head. So I'm just gonna show you just how the creative process looked for me, because I was going all over the place. I had blue in my mind and I'm so happy at the way that the final manicure came out, but I had this design in my head because if you look on their site, there's a pattern that looks almost exactly like this. So I was gonna do a nail art that looked like that, although I think that would have been super cute. We're definitely gonna be doing some reverse coloring today, reverse stamping. I did this really cute nail tip here. Like I said, I was feeling the blue. And I had to use the gold, you know, which is kind of like that signature, the chain look. I did, you know, this white design with the lion on it, and kind of using that like, it looks kind of Greek to me, but this design, whatever you would call it. And I did like 2 versions of this chain design, which I like the way it came out. This one's not perfect. I actually messed up on this one, but I like the way that it looked. And I also did like mixed metals here. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of show you where my mind was. Like, as you can see, it just spanned the gamut of what it is that I wanted to do. But I settled on the design, and I'm really happy I did. But I guess I just wanted to show you that, you know, the creative process looks very different for everyone. So, oh, Sonia says it's the Greek key design. Okay, so, and I know I've seen this kind of piece in a lot of different types of art. So like even this, this plate too, I took it from this section here. So anyway, these are the 2 plates I'm going to be using. So I already showed you high fashion, excuse me, M292, and I'm also going to be using part of M043 today. So let me get out, let me set this up. Okay, I think I got everything I need. So I did kind of go ahead and get started because of course you guys don't need to see me paint on the colors. So the colors I have here is, I'm using Jazzercise for this color. And then I'm also using Flotsam, which is this beautiful kind of royal blue color for this design. And gold today, of course, I have my favorite, which is the Gold Rush and stuff, but signature, I feel like that Versace kind of, you know, with the chains and the rope and all that kind of stuff needed like a gold that was more yellowish orange, I feel. So I thought Heart of Gold was actually like a perfect color to use. And straight up black, of course. And of course, when we're doing reverse stamping, I'm using smudge-free top coat and sticky base coat to get those designs onto the nail. Okay. Every time I think I have everything. Oh, never mind. I do have everything here. Okay. So let's see. Let's make a start. I do have some designs that I've kind of like pre-done, but of course I'm going to do some reverse stamping with you guys as well. So I'm trying to think of how to get started. Maybe I will do these 2 nails here. So actually what I did is I just free-handed the design, and instead of going like half of the nail, let me see if I can show you guys what I did with the tip. I kind of went a little bit over, so I'm doing like maybe 2/3 of the nail, and then I'm using just, this is like a, what is it called? Like a bare back, a bare background, a bare base nail. So, and I'm gonna do it on the opposite end, so I'll just show you guys. So going in with Flotsam, I'm just gonna try and be as steady as possible and make a straight line. Okay. And I'm also going to use this for when I stamp that Greek key design. So there you go. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing with this. I'll put this on a different stand. It's kind of crowded here. I I don't want to bring on too much polish because I don't want to like flood, I guess, the nail. So I'm trying to take off as much polish as I possibly can. If you need to go in for a second coat, you can, but I just don't want to go over and have too much polish, if that makes sense. Okay. So while I'm doing this, can I have a little vent section, like a vent time? Okay. Oh my gosh. So is it me or these scam callers just getting really crazy? So for, I would say like the past week, I've been getting these really weird text messages of like scam callers or even scam texters who are saying like, oh, hey, you've won this, or we've paid off this thing, here's your prize, and they give you some, you know, like link to click in. Or they're telling me like, hey, there's been multiple sign-ins in your Chase account, and you know, so your account has been locked, but I don't even have like a Chase account. And okay, so it's you guys are doing that too. I'm getting those too. This is like crazy. Yeah, I know scam people are not watching this video, but if you ever catch this video, oh my gosh, get another profession. So I'm sorry, really quick, I'm just gonna like veer off really quick. This plate is already live. It's on our website, so you can find it in our What's New section, and you can find that on our site, or you can go ahead and search for M292. But okay, so back to what I was talking about with these scam people. It's nuts. It's been crazy out here. So, I mean, I'm not happy that you're getting these, you know, scam texts and scam messages, but I guess I'm glad that I'm not the only one getting scammed. But I don't know. These people need to get a life. And then, since we're on the topic, lately we've been getting a lot of you know, seeing like people creating scam Instagram accounts for our company. And just so you guys know, if it has an extra L, an extra Y, an extra I, an extra letter that does not say at Hello Maniology, just as how you would spell it, HELLOMANIOLOGY, it is not us, okay? And if it's like some kind of giveaway or if it's something like that, we will contact you if you won, okay? These scammers, they're just out here doing the most. So just, you know, protect your guys' selves, and you know, don't get into all of that. Make sure there's not like 5 O's inside of the account or like 5 Y's. I've seen some of these accounts, they're trying to like make people all screwy with all these different letters and stuff. But Hello Maniology is our account. That's the only account we use. We're not out here, you know, asking anybody else to, you know, contact anyone who's entered these giveaways and stuff like that. We do all of that in-house. So anyway, thank you for listening to my rant. And okay, I'll go back to nail stamping. And all of these items are already on the site, so don't worry about that. Okay, so actually using Flotsam, I'm going to show how to do one of these now. So I'm going to pick up this design here. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry you guys are hacked and dealing with all of this kind of stuff. Oh, it's so annoying. I've actually been wanting to change my phone number. These people, they're just, these companies, it's crazy. Oh, you're welcome, Vivian. Like I said, it was just like a, I want to say another word, but I'm trying to keep it PC. Just like a rant. But it's been so annoying. I wish I could do some kind of like prank call to these people and just give them a taste of their own medicine. It's been nuts. And we're on a different, time schedule, not a time schedule, time difference and stuff. I've been getting calls like in the middle of the night. It's probably like, the start of their day, but I've been getting calls at like 3 o'clock in the morning. That's not okay. Okay, so what I'm gonna do with this design is just color in like the colored rope with heart of gold. So let's see. I'm trying to see what is the best way for you guys to look at this. Give me a moment. Let me see, can I put this as a background so you guys can? Yeah, that probably looks a little better. Yeah. Okay. So for this, reverse stamping. Try not to drag too hard for doing this. I love this detail brush because it just helps me to kind of like get a nice detailed paint right there. Okay. So Versace, I know lately I feel like I've mentioned this a lot, and it's not on purpose. I think it's just the plate itself that seems very inspiring. But so my history is that I think I've mentioned in other videos and stuff. We talk about so many things. I'm almost sure I've mentioned it in another video, but that I went to fashion design school in Vegas. And, I think with me, when I first graduated high school, I guess I kind of had this idea that, I was supposed to kind of do like the traditional route, study something that's like business or, something that's going to give me a good paying job and stuff. And if you're wondering why, sorry, veering off, I put another blurb of polish is because my other one is drying already and I want to keep my polish wet. If your polish is getting tacky when you're reverse stamping, use another dollop of paint. It's not a good idea to use like dried paint to do this because you could be picking up the underneath and you don't want that to happen. So, yeah, I got accepted to a good fashion school and, I was all gung-ho to study. And then all of a sudden, as I'm putting applications into all these other schools, I ended up going to Vegas for a number of reasons, but I think the main point I'm trying to make here is that I doubted my ability, my creative ability, and, kind of thinking of job prospects and stuff like that. I decided against going to what I thought at the time was the college of my dreams. And so, I skipped out on that, went to, traditional university, studied there for a little bit, and found, I would have been happy. Initially, I started off in graphic design, and I think I would have been happy if I stayed in that, but, my heart was still set on doing something that was creative and testing my ability to be in the fashion field. So I ended up enrolling myself into art school. And so, I guess initially, and kind of like the only program that was really offered was design. And I felt like, if I was going to go to design school, like I had to have, designers that I looked up to just like everybody else, which I mean, normally you do because you're inspired by them. Okay, normally I wouldn't have this much gold polish and stuff, but I'm working under, they're not hot lights, but this is not my normal working environment. So I just want to make sure that I'm working with really wet polish. So anyway, I ended up making my way to fashion school, and I finished that. And I, when I went into school, I rolled into school. I don't know, for some reason, Versace just caught my eye. I'm almost sure that I'm not saying it I'm saying it correctly, so please forgive me, Versace. Please don't come for me. But now that I think about this, I can't even really tell you why I liked this fashion house as a designer. But I think maybe looking back, if I had to make a reason for it, there is kind of like a true crime story behind Gianni Versace. So I'm wondering if that had something to do with it too, because I'm definitely a true crime junkie. But anyway, the bold designs, I loved art history. I loved, everything, the ornateness about, the art and the Baroque era and all that kind of stuff. And so maybe that had something to do with it as well. But he was a risk taker, especially with his designs. It was bold, and I just thought that was cool. Is it my taste in what I would wear? Absolutely not. This is not something that I would wear on the daily. If you know me in real life, black is my favorite color. That's what most of my clothes is. I normally don't venture out into color unless it's like nails, and even my nails, black is normally where I go. So, I guess my creativity eventually landed in nail art. So it's good. I had a vessel to kind of, work off the creative juices, I guess. If you had to ask me now, as far as designers and stuff like that, I think fashion has definitely evolved since, those big name fashion houses like Dior and, what do you call, Armani and all that kind of stuff. They're still very prevalent, but there's a lot of other kind of fashion going on that doesn't have to be like high end. But I was allured by high end fashion, and I've done, I would have to say, prestigious wise, because at that time in my life that mattered. I wasn't quite sure what I was going to get into, but design was going to be it. I guess that's where I thought I was going to end up. So I'm going to just leave this on the side to kind of just dry. And let's do another part of the design. I'll get back to my story a little later. And I'm going to pick up the lion's head. I'm going to use black for that. Okay. So in my nail design, I show two, but for the sake of this video and just, of course, reverse stamping does take a little bit more time. I pre-did one, and I'm going to show you guys how to do one. So just so we're not here forever. But I like spending time with you guys. Okay, so this is what the design looks like. Okay, and so I'm just going to isolate the design. Got some Scotch tape over here. Let's see. Need to get some white paper towels. So, oh, what did I say? Okay, so fashion and stuff like that. It was really cool. I got some experience, you know, being kind of like a stylist, dresser for some fashion shows, which is what I was really interested in. Is like, I like the high pace environment of fashion shows. So I've done a couple. You know, I was living in Vegas at the time, so it was so easy to go to California. And so I used to drive over, and I've done stuff with Teen Vogue, and but I think my most prestigious that I would feel was working with Giorgio Armani, his couture show. And, you know, of course, this is all back end stuff, so you're not working on the front end. But I was told that Beyonce was in the crowd, so that was pretty awesome. Didn't get to see her, but and then I also worked for this, what do you call? At the Four Seasons, they did like a celebrity fashion show, so it was a mix of like models and also celebrities. So I know there was like Rosanna Arquette. I mean, this was back like, you know, 2000s, early 2000s. So Stacy Keibler. Is it Kelly who? You know, Vivica Fox. So it was kind of a cool experience to actually work and style these ladies. After going to fashion school, I realized I like being in the background. I'm not a foreground person. I think it just matches my personality. So. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I just isolated the lion's head, and that's what it looks like. Okay. So I had a question. Let's see. Where's the... When you use the stamper head as a palette, does it clean off nicely? Yeah, I know it looks funny, right? Because it's like, oh, why is she using a stamper head? I do this because, so I have my sticky stamper station right here. So when all of these dots dry, I just put them on my sticky stamper station and it comes off. Super easy. This is me just being lazy. Or having ingenuity, if that's what it is, but... Ooh, these lights are really making the polish dry quickly. And also I'm talking to you guys, so of course that makes it even more so. Okay, so with this, oh, that's the sound of our warehouse. They're always working so hard to get, you know, the orders out in a timely manner. I'm sure USPS is going to be coming for the daily pickup soon, so they're trying to get these orders out. And you probably hear Ren in the background. We're just like one big happy family over here. Okay, so just to kind of show you that this is what it's turning out to. You can see it looks like a medallion. So just carefully kind of do all of that. And in between, I am cleaning the brush, just making sure that it's clean and free of any paint balls and stuff, you know, because of course the polish gets dry in between. I want to make sure that my paintbrush is like clean. The dots have become a smile. Oh, I see it. Yeah, it does kind of look like it. That was not intentional, but oh, it does look like a smile. Not anymore. I think I messed that up. Okay. So I think the main thing, you know, if you still struggle with reverse stamping and stuff, is I am dragging here, but I'm trying not to stay in the same place for too long. And the reason why is because, you know, you can really smudge. You know, the whole point of doing this is coloring the backing without smudging the front, you know, so you really have to kind of think about the design that's already picked up onto your stamper head. And yeah, so I don't want any of those black lines to smudge, because when you have wet polish on the underneath, you can really reconstitute kind of like the dried polish that's already on the stamper head, and you really don't want to do that because that's how you get smudges. So we're trying to avoid that. So that's what the medallion looks like. I will put this on the side. And now we can move forward with the Greek key design. Let me let this dry and I can show you actually how easy it comes off. Okay. And these definitely should be dry by now. Okay. So now I'm going to switch gears and bring in plate M043. And I'm bringing in jazzercise. Now this design does use some precision, or have some precision needed. Okay, so let's do that. I'm going to be isolating those two designs on the side. Okay, pick up. Okay. Oh, I forgot to take out the back. Okay, so that's what the design looks like now. Now I'm going to carefully go in. Oops. Sorry about that. I dropped my paintbrush. Now where did it go? Let me clean off this head, just make sure there's no dust and anything on it. Okay, so what I want to do now is carefully take off those lines. So you see how that came off? Okay. So let's see, let's do that again. Oh, it's so satisfying. And you know what, to be honest, because this one kind of got a little crooked at the bottom, I'm actually going to take that design off. Okay, there. Because I want it to be as straight as possible when I'm lining it up here. So, let's see. Kind of using the edge of that dark blue, the flotsam, to be my guide. Oh shoot, that's okay. Over here it got a little crooked, but I'm okay with that because I'm going to cover that up with the medallion. So now I'm going to do that process over again because this design is not long enough. So I'm going to use my pineapple cotton claw here and clean off that. And go back in with the same color. I'm going to do the same thing here. Okay. A warehouse tour. Okay, so this basically I did the isolation, but I just did it with the back of the card. And there you go. So again, try to line up as best as possible. And there you go. Okay. So you see how that came out? Let's move this out of the way. There. So like I said, that middle part, not too concerned because I'm actually going to cover it. So at least the ends look as straight as I want it to be. So now I'm just going to repeat that this side. I'm very fortunate to work at this company and having all the nail items at my disposal. But, you know, sometimes it is overwhelming. I remember when I first worked here, it was so, you know, just we either samples of plates or, you know, things like that. We just had so much, you know. But I think I've learned to scale back, you know. I think Dev can agree to that as well. How easy it is to accumulate, but, you know, we gotta pick and choose. We don't have homes big enough to house all of these things. Ah! You know how that got connected there. Dev is saying, come clean my desk. I have samples everywhere. Yes, and because she, you know, that's specifically what she kind of takes care of. Her area. This is why we don't necessarily want to give you a tour how messy some of this stuff is. I'm not even lying. Try to clean up my desk and take care of my desk as much as possible. But if you can imagine what your nail space looks like, that's what my nail space at work looks like. Okay. Your desk and our snack table, Dev, is the final resting place. Oh, shoot. Okay. Okay. Oh, darn. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That part got too dry and it stayed on. That's okay. I will fix that. Not a big deal, right? Have a good positive attitude. I think I can fix that. But that would be cool to kind of give you guys a full scope of our office. It's not a very big office. We have an upstairs and downstairs warehouse. And, you know, we're a small company, so we kind of do it all here. Pack orders, take orders. But, you know, honestly, if you can imagine, a lot of it is just boxes because we are a warehouse space. And, you know, we have an awesome team who help to manage and keep our products organized. So, of course, you know, our warehouse ladies can find all of these items. Okay. Nail station at work. I guess not if you're working. It's funny. I have a lot of these things. I have to make sure I have like acetone at my disposal and cotton and all kinds of stuff. Okay, so there you go. So I don't know if you guys saw what I did. Because I had to fix the top, I just put part of the design here and then I used the rest of the design down here. So that's what the whole design looks like. Oops, did I scratch that piece off? Darn. I'm gonna have to fix that now. Let's see, what can I do? Oh, that is gonna bug me. Okay. Let me think about that. It's like, do I want to fix it? Oh gosh. I think I'll just leave it, because it's one of those things where I think if I think I'm going to fix it, then I might actually make it worse. Let's just not. Okay, so lastly, while we're waiting for that, we do have to do this middle nail, which is the chain design. So let's go back to the high fashion plate, and I'm going to just select at random like 3 chains here. And gosh, do I have enough stampers? I guess I'm gonna have to. Okay, so I'm going back in with the black. And I'm thinking I want like a big chain design. So I'm gonna take that big circle. And I'm just gonna do kind of like a mix of different chain designs. Oh shoot. Is that gonna come out nice? Ah, okay. Looked not so nice on the plate, but it looks good on my stamper, which is all that matters. Okay, so I'm isolating, taking off the rest of the designs that I don't need. Because even though I may have wanted to use that, I don't want it on the same stamper. It's just not gonna work. Okay. So there's that. I'm just gonna go ahead and pick up all of the chains that I need, and then we can go ahead and paint. So let's do, got another stamper here, and because we're good little stampers, I am gonna clean the plate. I could have chanced it, but I was like, nah, don't do that. Let's see. I'll do that. That one. Oh. Okay. And, oh, sorry. So I'm going to isolate these designs using the back of my card. So I'm kind of going to create my own full plate design there. So there's that. And one last one. Do I have another stamper? Yay, I do. Okay. That's another reason it's good to work for a nail company. If you're into nail stamping, just have stampers galore at your disposal. So I'm just coming out of the ears with monocle stampers here. Okay, so I'm going to do this chain at the top. Let's see if I can scrape this one. Nice. Let me just clean that bottom part up. Do you guys like using the back of the card option, like how I'm showing you right now? Or do you prefer tape? Okay, I'm gonna move this inside for now. Okay, so this is all, it's pretty dry. So here's my sticky stamper station and the stamper. And that's how it comes off. Clean. This is why I use it. It's just so simple. And even if there was like a little area that was still slightly wet, then that's all you would do. That's satisfying. Okay. So now I have a clean canvas, reusable canvas, and I'm gonna put more gold. So now I'm going in with the heart of gold. I'm just putting my dollop there. And I'm going to clean. I mean, not clean paint. So this, I can tell you right now, because I know you guys can't see, but I am just lightly dragging the polish, and I'm going to make sure to not stay in the same area for too long. The reason for that is this is a very bold black print. If I do that, again, there's that reconstituting of the polish, which we do not want to happen. So I am lightly dragging. If I think that it's wet, I shouldn't chance it. Make sure that your polish, though, that you're putting onto this design is in fact wet. Sorry, working with my left hand there. Fresh polish is always best. If you're guessing it, just put more polish. Okay, don't tempt fate when you're working reverse stamping. Just okay. So far, I'm doing good. Okay. If you don't like the dragging method, then lightly dot. I think maybe when you're first starting out, probably that is a better technique. If you feel like you need to go back through when it's maybe tacky, but not when it's wet, okay? Okay, and I think I saw a comment too about, oh, I can't get the back of the scraper card technique to work. You need to, for me, what I've noticed, and I think this is a good recommendation, you can only do that when the polish on the stamper is still like fresh and wet. Once it starts to dry, the technique doesn't work. So maybe that could be one of the reasons why it doesn't quite work for you. Oh, shoot. Man, these lights really change up how I stamp normally. Like I could really kind of use most of the polish that I would have here, but yeah, it's kind of difficult. Okay. This brush is so awesome. Getting into like these really small crevices is just, if you don't have this brush, get it. It's so awesome. Because these chains, they're, you know, the line work is really tiny, intricate. So I'm trying my hardest to not color over the lines. Ooh, that looks nice. For a design like this, definitely make sure your brush stays clean. Okay. This is turning out so cool. Much love to you too, JT. Okay. So again, keep your brush clean. I was starting to get like a little dry bubble at the end. You don't want that to happen if you want to try and keep, you know, the chain looking that clear, clean, clear. This next design, the one with the big circles, is actually one that's gonna give me a run for my money, but we'll see. Okay. Okay. There you go. And put that one on the side. 2 down, 1 more to go. Okay. And just for kicks, I am going to put a new dollop. Before I do that, let me take off some of this black polish I see here. Reverse stamping, if I'm not in a rush to do it, I really don't mind it. This is so relaxing. And you know, like what I mean, like I'm not in a rush, like doing a 15-minute manicure kind of thing. I mean, if we're being honest, I wouldn't do this for a 15-minute manicure whatsoever. This is not the kind of manicure I would recommend. Okay. There you go. Okay. This one is so tricky because it has small circles in the center. Oh my gosh. Dev, 15 minutes if we had, not on camera, everybody working on a piece. Yeah, then maybe we could do it in 15 minutes, but that is definitely, what is it, like high fashion style, where you have like designers and stylists and all this kind of stuff working on you. But yeah, again, small business, not quite. We don't work like that. Okay. Oh my goodness. This one, I feel like I'm coming in closer to the design because I can't, the lines are so much thinner. You know, if it has thick outlines and it's like, yeah, I can make a mistake, no problem. But this one, it's like, oh, I make a mistake, then it's really gonna look like I colored outside the lines. So if I'm not talking, that's the reason why. Not bad. Okay, I won't talk anymore because then I'm going to be like, oh yeah, look, big mistake. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'm almost there. The other designs were nice to paint. This one is causing anxiety. Okay, there. Too much anxiety. Okay. So now I got all of these designs, which let me show you because they're actually kind of fun to look at. Let me clean up the area a little bit. Here's one of the medallions that I did off camera. Here's the one I did on camera. Here is one of the designs I did off camera. This is the one I did with you guys. And here's the chains. Here are the chains. That's fun to look at. Now we got to put it all together. So I'm going to do the simple ones first. Let's do these two designs. Okay. That'll give me some time for the chains to kind of dry. Okay. So let's see. So I'm coming in with my sticky base coat. And I am going to add a thin layer to the top of this blue. Okay. Okay. Oh, I see the top didn't quite get. Okay, let's do that. And okay, well, I'm gonna chance it. Let's see what happens. I'm going to try to do this one too. You know, sometimes when I'm talking, I might forget to do the design. And the base will dry. So let's see how that works. Okay, I think this one should be okay. So when you put the sticky base coat, you want it to be tacky but not wet. Okay, I think this should be good. Oh, no! I did that. That sucks. I'm sad. Oh shoot, but now I'm talking too much and I don't think this is gonna work now. I'm gonna try it. Let's see. Okay, that little, I knew that stamper was already kind of broken to begin with, so. But the stamper is still good, it's just broken on the top. Okay, let's see. Yay, that worked. Okay. I'm trying not to be too sad about what I just did, my boo-boo. But that's that design. Tear. It's okay. It's just nail art, right? Darn. Yeah, I know, Dev. Holding my breath too because I know I messed that one up. Let's see. Let's see, I'll just stamp it on because I don't think I'll have to. Okay, well, that worked. And it actually kind of covered up my boo-boo, but it's okay. Have a better attitude, T. It'll be okay. But I love how the designs came out. What do you guys think? Give me some hearts if you guys like how that came out. Super cool. And if you really wanted to, you could actually turn this design around too. I think I did that in the original design, but I didn't do it in this one. That's okay. Okay, so I'll just let those kind of sit because they're still kind of tacky now. Okay. The next one, I'm gonna put on the medallions, the little medallions. Okay. So there's one, and there's two. The light blue base is called Jazzercise. Okay, sometimes when you use a sticky base coat, there could be, what do you call, a polish that gets picked up from the previous. So just make sure that you check your, the polish, I mean the brush, and just brush off whatever, if there's color, sometimes it picks up black or white. You don't want that transferring onto, you know, your next design. I think I may have picked up some blue, so I'm just gonna clean it just in case. And yeah, I mean, even though I'm just gonna put it in the center, put the medallion in the center, I'm actually just gonna cover the whole nail, just, it's easier. So just do a thin design, I mean thin layer like that. And I'm gonna do it again with the other. Okay. Ooh, that looks streaky. I prefer my brush when it's really wet, so there you go. Wait for those to get tacky. Okay. And now it's just the waiting game. Do, 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 do. Make sure I'm lining up the medallion straight, so I'm not putting the head like crooked. Let's see. Okay, let's try. So this one, it is going to be in the center, but I'm actually going to make it centered with this design, okay? With the Greek key. So there you go. So there's design one. And the next one. Same thing. So I'm going to there. So it kind of looks a little, it's centered with the nail, but it's like off-centered with the, I kind of wanted it that way. So there's that. Whew. I saw a question, how many people work at Maniology? So there's 3 of us in this particular office. We have 2 working in the other office. And so that makes, what, 5 upstairs. When we have 2, 3, can I math? That's what, 8, 9 people, I think, downstairs in the other office. That makes 9 in total. And then I believe, because we also have some part-time people, 5 more. So what is that, 14-ish? Yeah. So I think that's about right. There's about 14 of us working in here. I hope I did the math right. Okay, so the final design. I'm going to go ahead, put on more sticky base coat here. And put that all over the nail. Okay. So I don't know why you guys are waiting. If you can see just a little hint of blue off my sticky base coat, so I just wanted to clean that. Just make sure you clean your heads, because sometimes you can really make your your next design kind of murky, and you don't want that to happen, right? Like, say for instance, if you have a black base and all of a sudden you use white previously, yeah, that's not cute. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to set up the design here so we can see what it looks like. I'm gonna wait on this and make sure, because the first time I tried this, I actually smudged the whole nail, and yeah, I don't want it to get all funky. Looks way too shiny. Sniff test. Soon. Okay. So I'm gonna try the circle in the center, the big circle design. This one, there's a little piece that didn't come off. It's okay. Let me see. I can get it to come off now. Cool. Alrighty. So let's grab another one of our chains. Just do it without. And I kind of want like a cascading chain design. So do like that. Okay, and the last chain design, I'm going to put on the top and kind of add a diagonal. So I'm just carefully kind of putting the design because, you know, I know the sticky base has kind of dried up. What would have happened if it was all dried and stuff like that? Then I would have just had to put more sticky base. Perfect. That came out perfectly. How many of you were holding holding on to the edge of your seats while I was doing that? Right? So there. And now we do the last part, which is the smudge-free top. Because after doing all of that, we want to make sure that we're sealing in the design. Okay, so let's use our smudge-free top coat and seal in the design. Okay, there's one, two, I was so, I knew I really wanted to do blue, and I knew specifically I wanted to do like a cobalt blue, a royal blue, you know, like I didn't want to just do any kind of blue. And I am so I'm so happy with the way that this turned out. So I hope you guys are too. And I hope that you guys feel confident enough that you could create a design that looks exactly like this. If not, you can also change up the colors too. I think, you know, there are some signature things, but the color, like the gold to me is very signature. You know, that Greek key design is, you know, still feels very Versace. Yeah, I love the way that the blue pops against the blue, or the cobalt blue kind of pops against the lighter blue. I love how the gold pops, which makes it very elegant and very rich looking. But let's see. Okay, let's make this look prettier because this is not gonna work. And before we go, and before I clean up, there, all clean again. So if you guys have, it doesn't have to be this. You could use an extra monocle stamper if you really wanted to, but this I just happen to use because, you know, for this technique, I needed clear stamper heads, and this is just the bottom of one of our 2-in-1. This is the squishy stamper, to shrink. So, oh goodness. Let's see. Yeah, let's dress this up pretty and see what the final looks like. So I'm gonna put my blue, and there you go. Is there a blue heart? Can you guys give me a blue heart if you guys love this and how it turned out? You know, actually looking at this design, I am not mad at my little smudge over here that ended up happening because I can't even see it. So that's kind of nice. The rope just kind of hides that. And I love the way the medallions turned out, the lion's heads. But all the gold and everything. I think, you know, even the idea of mixing the metals would have been cool, but I had blue and gold in my mind. So this today has been a really long live, but I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. And please, if you guys make this design for yourselves, change up the colors, be as creative as you want to be. You know, please tag us in your art. We would love to see it. I would love to share it. And you know, if you're not already a subscriber, definitely subscribe to our channel so you don't miss these lives. And we're here for you every Tuesday. So yeah, I think that's it. Oh, moral of the story here. Hello Maniology, at Hello Maniology. Don't click on anybody else's profile if there's an extra L, extra O, extra I, extra Y, 4 I's. We are just at Hello Maniology. So thank you so much for being with me and Dev today. So happy you guys could be here. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And we'll check you out next week. Bye.